Hello everyone, today we have printed our own dummy 13 and we are going to have 3 sections in this video, so you can skip to them if you don't want to watch one, just skip to it. We have printing your own dummy. We're going to go over the quality, the print materials you should use, and how to print it. Then we have the prints I did in the remixes. I'm going to have all the links in the description and I'm going to showcase what I got. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about whether you should buy or print or both, which it may be a little surprising. So let's get into it. We have this dummy, this dummy, this dummy. This is the first one I printed, second and third. Now, what I learned is these are really nice quality, at least using the printer we use is the Bamboo Lab P1S, which is really good. And we got a really nice dummy out of it. Now, the most important thing, so we're going to go over it first, is the print materials. The quality is only as good as the printer and the materials. So like if you buy a professional, because they're all just 3D printed, it's using a higher end printer. So that's why, like, whether we're going to get to it later, buy or print, if you don't have a high end printer, maybe it's worth it to buy. And also I'm going to talk about where to buy. So we'll see that. First off, we have tried to print a dummy before when my brother had an Ender 3 Pro, I think. Yeah, Ender 3 Pro, and it didn't work too well. Especially because this new Bamboo Lab is just a nice, better quality. You don't have to level the bed yourself. It does it automatically. You don't have to calibrate it. And it has an enclosed area, so oxygen can't mess up your print, which apparently it can do. So make sure you have a good quality printer. Anything from Bamboo Lab should be good, according to Gabe. I asked him. But the most important part, I would say, is definitely know how to print and what you're printing. So what we use is for the joints, the like skeleton underneath, we use PETG, which is not the most recommended. The options they give you is ABS and ASA. And then they say PETG can also work. Now, let me tell you why you want to use PETG, even though they say it might work. You want to use PETG if you are not like, if you don't have like a warehouse, because ABS and ASA give off toxic fumes. Now, if you have your printer in your room or something, that is not good to breathe in. Well, they're toxic. You need to print with ABS and ASA in a very well ventilated area. ABS smells bad and is toxic, and ASA smells good but it's toxic. Either way, they're toxic, and they can actually cause brain damage or like cause you to lose colors. Which, I don't know about you, but I don't really want to lose colors. That sounds, just getting colorblind because you want to, that's not very good. PETG also gives off some fumes. They're so be careful where you buy your PETG if you buy PETG, because some of them are toxic. It depends on who you buy it from. We bought ours from Creality. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And it says it's non-toxic, but just because it's non-toxic doesn't mean you should be breathing it in. So it works really well for us just to keep it in our basement. Do not have it in your room because that is bad and it's really noisy, so you probably don't want that either if you're trying to sleep. Now, that's for the skeleton. Do not use PETG for the armor. As we did here, PETG is more flexible. Not rubbery, but like more flexible. It made some errors on this one. This one's made fully of PETG, like right there on the head. You can see, I could probably cut that off, try and sand it down and smooth it out. But it's got some errors there. Like, it's got a little bit of scuff ups. It had a little scuff up on the arm. I just ripped it off before shooting. It's got a scuff up down here. You can see kind of on the calf. It works really nicely because it's all black. Since it's all one color, it's hard to see the errors, but there are some, and it's not major. It still works. It's still fine, but for people who are like a perfectionist, they may not like it, and it's just nice and smooth for if you have 2 colors, you don't want it to be like all rough like that. So PETG, you want PETG for the skeleton armor if you can't do ABS and ASA, which we can't, and probably most people can't. But this is, and then PLA for the armor. PLA is just like the basic. It's very nice for the armor. It makes it look nice and smooth. Very nice to do. So the file is in the description. They seem to be a different file than what the creators get who buy it, because I bought this. Look at the main difference I can tell is that little like shoulder piece. You can see that line. It's so much thicker over here. I'm pointing with the sword. Look how thick that line is, and then look how thick it is right there. That's a big difference. So I think this is an easier to print version is what it was made for. Sousaphone probably did that, which honestly I appreciate. And then also you'd see if you had it, but let me see if I can get it. It's underneath the armor. Each little joint has a loop on it. Like in the knee, when you build it, they have like some air in between. It's like a loop instead of just flat. In full print, it's hollow a little bit. I don't know if that gives it some more give and nicer, but or easier to print, but I'm guessing he knows what he's doing, and they look really nice, so I'm okay with it. And I had a problem with the other dummies where the shoulder piece right here would break, so I prefer that it's thicker. Maybe it's just an improved version. Who knows? Well, Sousaphone knows. Now, when you buy these, you buy them, print them, you get some, you get the whole dummy with the armor, but you also get hands that obviously print with it because you need some hands. We got just normal sprawled out hands. We got grippy hands for both. And then we got closed fist hands. Really nice. And then we come with a back piece like that with a little plug, so that he can, if you print a dummy stand or anything, I guess just it can print into the back or his butt. Ooh, there we go. So maybe it's made to plug into the butt, but like if you have a stand, it'd be to stand him up. But this is what this could be, show if I can get it. Oh, dang, that's in there. If I could get it out, it ain't getting out. That's actually stuck in there. Whoa, it's out. This will show what I was saying. For the other ones, they're just flat. This one's a little hollow. It's got like a loop like that, which may make it stick better because that was really stuck in there. So I think that covers the quality. If you want articulation, you can see I have a review of them here. It was like a year ago, and they're really well articulated. Now, let's get into the other prints that you can do. There are a ton of just fan-made prints that are available. You can get like a Commander Cody one. You can get a bazooka. But these are the prints I got. First off, we got some katanas, which are multicolored, which multicolored takes a lot longer to print. I didn't fully cut that on both of them. Dang, okay, I should have done a better job. They have a scabbard actually for the, oh, his feet are gone. Scabbard for the sword too, which slide in a lot nicer than, I bought one off Etsy and it was a pain to get these in. So I'm glad that it was better, which means I think I printed better quality than that. Same with the guns. The guns were a pain to get into. They have holsters too. I think I put it in wrong. Multicolored gun is pretty cool. I'm guessing I didn't cut this part off because I thought it was part of it, but now thinking about it, that part probably isn't part of it at the front. So I probably should cut that off. It's got a nice look to it. It's got a nice hammer back there too, which also is where it print. I didn't know where to cut it off there. So it looks a little goofy right now, but it looks really cool. Now let's get, real quickly, let's just put that on. Okay, what did I do wrong? That piece slides up. Okay, I did have the gun in the wrong way, but that would be the wrong holster anyways, because you get one per leg. Okay, so make sure you slide it up. It's got like a little hole there for you. Slide it up, that little groove on the groove in the leg, and then it fits up nicely and you don't have that problem. So then we just need a gun, put that in there. Oh, and it fall down. But there we go. Now he's getting decked out. He's got a ton of weapons. He's looking nice. I got to put his armor piece back on. Next, we have 2 little knives, which are pretty cool. No holsters for those, and I did a really bad job at cutting those again. I probably should do that. I have scissors right here. I could do it right now, but I'm not going to. We got this little Uzi gun, which has a cool multicolor in there. So yeah, that's cool. And then we got this gun, which also has that. That's really cool. I like that. Just a nice little touch to it. Now, so I have that. Link is going to be in the description to get that. And then also we have some hands, new hands. Or not new hands, but like more hands than the original. You had 3 pairs. This is a lot more. So we have, on this hand, we have sprawled out hands, which I have a picture of up close, and it is actually more sprawled out than the hands you come with. So it's not the same. It looks pretty similar, but it's not the same. And then we have these hands, which remind me of like a Viltrumite, just chop hands, but they're just flat, nice and flat like that. Let me get the, there we go, we're focused now. Nice chop hands. This, which reminds me of like a salute. It's just 2 fingers. Oh, 2 fingers out. Pretty nice, pretty nice. 1 finger, this is obviously pointing, like, oh, look at that guy. We've got peace, thumbs up and thumbs downs, pointing with a finger out, so like a finger gun, or I guess that. We have the OK sign, or the 1 punching game. Super sprawled out hands, like completely flat sprawled out. That's could be useful. We have these flipping off hands, which I should probably censor. And then we have these are pretty nice. It's more curved down to get a more range of motion. Like if you wanted the sword, they're just a grabbing hand, but it's aimed more downward. So like he could have it lower, farther than the original ball joint can get it. It's a lot more tilted, which is pretty nice addition. On here we have these grip hands, which also reminds me of Invincible. Like if you were to like conquest grabbing someone's face or something, like, oh, here's a face, let me grab, you know, just that'd be some really cool stuff for a fight. Or like grabbing a punch, I guess. Does it grab a punch? Pretty nice. Oh, that's not a punch. Where's a punch hand? This is kind of a punch. It grabs a punch pretty nice too. So overall, cool hands, cool weapons. I am excited to see what other accessories I can print, and let me know if you want to see more videos on accessories that we can print, because I might do that, because it sounds like a lot of fun. I just spent a while just scrolling through and seeing what they have. There's so much cool stuff. In case I didn't say how long it takes to make, these take about an hour and a half per section. There's 2 sections, the skeleton and the armor, so it's about 3 hours total. If you do multicolored weapons, that'll take like 3 hours total, 3 to 4, maybe 3.5. The hands I don't think took too long. It was like an hour. Now let's talk about whether you should buy it or print it, which I am going to list out the pros and cons of each of them. Now, obviously, if you have a printer, it's going to be different whether you have or don't have a printer, you know? If you don't have a printer, your only option is to buy a printer and print these, or to buy the dummies themselves, which I guess if you're going to build an army of them, they can get expensive because they're about like 20 bucks or so to buy a good quality one. But the pros is you can choose customability. You can choose what colors you want. If you want a black and white or white and black one, you can mix and match them however you want, but you do have to buy that filament, which is about like 15-20 bucks per roll. But that goes a long way. You could print a ton of these. We're not even close to being done with it, and we've printed these 3. We printed a ton of other ones. So you have a lot of freedom with what you print. I wanted these, so I printed them. And they only take a couple hours, so you don't even have to wait that long, like waiting for a package to show up. You have a lot of freedom here. But you also are constricted to what has been made or printed, unless you're a 3D modeler and you can model your own designs. You're stuck with what other people have made. I mean, that's still with buying too, but there is a lot of choices out there and a lot of options, so that's not a big issue. You also need to know whether you have a good enough quality, because if you just print straight on PLA, it will start nice, and then the joints start to loosen up really bad, and it gets horrible over time. I do not recommend it because you're just going to be upset. And they also cost like nothing to make. I think I already said that. They cost like nothing to make. It's very affordable if you have a 3D printer already. 3D printer is not the most affordable, depending on what you're looking at. So I can definitely see where you want to buy it. So now we're going to get into, if you buy it, where should you buy it? I would recommend buying it from Titan 13 Toy. I bought from them before. My last video was on them. I got this cool looking guy from them, this military man. And not only if you buy from them, it's some of the cheapest prices I found, because I've also bought from, this was from O'Leafy, which I definitely don't recommend. It was like 30 bucks per dummy or something. And they just are, these guys have been getting loose, but I've been loving animating them for dummy battle anyways, and I've been trying to tighten them and stuff. But I probably would never buy from O'Leafy again, because T13 Toy is just that much better of an option. Everyone you see buys it from T13 Toy. I have them pulled up too. Dummy 13 is 18 bucks, 16, 18. They're relatively cheap for that. For the quality you're getting, it is definitely worth it. Like if you buy on Amazon, you're gonna get some piece of crap. This, I have bought them. I can guarantee they're good quality. And also, I do have an affiliate link. So if you buy it with my link up in the iCards, down in the description, on the screen, and in the end screen, I'm gonna put it everywhere. You help support me too, which I think is pretty cool. If you don't want to support me, don't use the affiliate link. Just go buy it. But I don't know why you want to do that. It helps me out. You know, you get a cool figure and you help me out. So I would greatly appreciate that. But you don't have to do it. You could also buy and print. And that's where I'm at. That's what I recommend the most, probably, if you're able to print your own like this, but then also buy the stuff you can't print. Like, look at this. Titan 13 prints some really cool dummies that you can buy, like special dummies. So first off, you have the stuff I bought, like this guy, I got the military guy, we got the Raiden looking guy. They have really cool stuff. There's some fabric in there. You can't print fabric. They got Dr. Octopus. There's some really cool stuff in here. And not only do they have all this cool stuff that you can't print all of, you might be able to find that armor on like printables or something. They have, like right there, they just had indestructible or invincible. I just was calling it because They have Alan the Alien. That one looks really cool. Like, you can't print that, to my knowledge. Maybe you can. Let me know if you can. But I don't think you can. That is really cool. And I'm thinking about it. That's really cool. The only downside is it is more expensive. Alan the Alien is $34. Conquest is $35. Optimus Prime, $36. They are more expensive, but you can't print them on your own. And they're really cool. So, you know, if you want, you could do like a mix of both. And if you use my affiliate link, I get a little bit of something out of that, you know. Helps me out. So that's what I would recommend if you can. So yeah, if you want to buy, I can guarantee, because I bought from them, I bought from Amazon, I would recommend Titan13toy.com. I have my hand here, like it's a cool background, I guess, for it. And yeah, that is it for the video. There should be here, you can buy them here too. I'm going to link it. Should be like right there. Up there should be a dummy playlist with all my reviews and animations on them on my main channel, which I have a new one coming out in July, Dummy Battle. That one's going to be awesome. And then there's like subscribe and stuff. But that's really cool. These are really cool. I'm really happy I printed my own, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. And yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and bye-bye.